All right, friends, welcome. We are so excited to introduce you to our itinerary for our senior trip this next summer, guys. We have spent hours scouring these areas for the best food, the best hotels, the best sites. It is going to be such an incredible experience, and so we can't wait to tell you all about it.
I'm going to walk you through day one. So, you ever flown in somewhere and seen people holding up a sign and you always thought, man, I wish I was so important that someone's going to hold up a sign for me? Well, we're going to have a sign and we're going to have you guys picked up on a bus right from the hotel or right as you fly into New York. We'll have a bus waiting there for you. And the bus is going to take you to one of my most excited parts of this trip,
Oh, it's
and
going to be
that is
awesome.
to downtown Manhattan, the Warwick Hotel. I've posted a couple of those pictures on our social media site, our Instagram and our Facebook. Make sure to get on Instagram, check out those pictures. But it's a beautiful hotel, just within blocks of Radio City Music Hall, Times Square, Central Park, Trump Towers. Um, and so we're going to spend the night there and do an orientation, get to know you, games, fun, super awesome activities, and then go to bed in this beautiful 5-star hotel in downtown New York. So there's day one. Super
Oh,
excited.
babe.
Hey, no, it's perfect. I love it. There's always that person who walks
Here's
in
my
on
wife.
live
She'll be
video.
joining
Hi,
us.
Katie.
She won't have the baby bump anymore, though. That'll be gone because she's having a baby.
I love it. That's perfect,
Yeah,
Katie.
that's perfect. And so there's the other tour director there joining us. And anyway, so the next day we're gonna wake up, right, and we are going to head to just New York City, right? We're gonna take a stroll through Central Park. We're gonna go to the Pool of Bethesda and have our first devotional there together as a group and with our groups and with your couples. You'll get to know them throughout that day. We're gonna walk to another surprise place right after that, and then we're gonna send you guys off in New York City to just go and explore. You can hit the Empire State Building or go see the Statue of Liberty or the 9/11 Memorial or all these incredible places that you've seen in movies, right? You're going to go and you're going to explore New York City and just have an incredible experience with your group that day. And so excited for that. And one of the 2 days we haven't decided yet, but we're gonna fit in a Broadway play as well. So, and we're leaning towards Wicked. Let us know if you want something else. But we're so excited for that Broadway play. And then we're gonna leave New York late that night and head to just an incredible hotel, like the place where you would love to get married because it looks like a castle. Seriously, go check out our Instagram. It's on there. It's our hotel in Parsippany, New Jersey, and it's going to be a sweet hotel to stay for the night. You're going to feel like a prince or a princess.
One thing you're going to hear about in this itinerary is you're thinking, man, that how could you get any better on the next day? But the next day is really where we start our church history trip. And we'll leave that hotel and we're going to drive up and through some of the most gorgeous Finger Lakes area, gorgeous settings, and we're going to do some pretty awesome things. The first thing we're going to do is one of my favorites in this last tour I just did, but that was the Aaronic Priesthood Restoration Site and the Susquehanna River. And we'll get to spend a couple hours there and feel the spirit of there. And then those of you foodies out there, we're going to go to a rib pit place that will just rock your face off.
It's
It is
so
so
good.
and get some fall off the bone ribs with the best sauce I've ever had in my life.
Yep.
And we're actually going to take it to a park that has waterfalls. And it's just blow your mind. Go have lunch together, get back on the bus, and we're going to go and find there's some you pick raspberry and blueberry places where you can go and eat all the fresh berries you want, all as you're picking. And whatever you leave with, you pay for, but you can eat whatever you want. Then we'll head up to the Peter Whitmer farm where the church was organized in 1830 and grab a quick dinner there because we're going to go to the final show ever of the Hill Cumorah pageant on its very last night. Can you imagine the emotion of the actors and how they're going to feel that night? And we'll get in late to our hotel that night, but we're going to a brand new hotel with a great breakfast there in Rochester, New York.
Yeah, how cool is that? You will get to tell people forever you were there for the very last Hill Cumorah. And then the next day, we're going to wake up, and this will be Sunday on our tour, and it's going to be the most incredible day. It's going to be spirit-filled all the way. We're going to go to church in Palmyra, New York, where it all began. How cool is that? And then we're also going to spend the morning after church or before, depending on what time we go, in the Sacred Grove. And we'll let you go off on your own and have your own personal experience there. And my friends, it's the best. I just love that place with all my heart, and so excited to take you there and to feel the spirit of what truly happened there. Joseph Smith literally saw God and Jesus Christ in that place. So then after that, we get to see some other incredible sites like the Hill Cumorah and the Grandin Press there in Palmyra. And then we're going to go back to Rochester to another just amazing hotel. You will not believe the hotels that we were able to get, but this is another place that like you're gonna be like, this is where I want to get married, because it's just gorgeous right there on a lake. And anyways, we'll stay there that night. We'll have a fireside together, and we'll have some musical numbers for those who have musical talents. We'd love to have you audition to sing some songs for us and help us feel the spirit that way. And then we'll go to bed there at the Woodcliff Inn and Suites, or Inn and Spa in Rochester.
And I'm telling you, for real, both those that Kori talked about have already have people booked weddings a year away from now. But and I will just add to some of your tour guides, the 4 couples that are going with us. I know one of them is already working on a musical number for that night, and it's just going to be an incredible. If you've been to EFY, our Sunday is going to be like your Thursday at EFY, but also the sacrament and church, and it's just going to be incredible. So,
and those couples, just another thought, that they are so talented and so fun. You're just going to love them. If for nothing else, just come on the trip to get to know those people.
Yeah, if you just sat on a bus for 10 days, you would get your money's worth.
Yep.
But next day is the day we actually give you your cell phones back for the first time. So we will have helped. No, I'm just kidding. They're like, I don't want to go.
No, I'm down. No,
I'm just kidding. In fact, we are going to encourage the use of your cell phones, and we're going to play some. In fact, as we're on the bus, we're going to do some fun cell phone games and sharing social medias, and we're going to be tied together forever after this trip, because we get to follow each other on social media, because we're going to become such great friends. But we leave that next day and go to one of the wonders of the world in Niagara Falls. And most of you know, probably there's a boat called the Maid of the Mist, but some of you don't know there's also a hike called the Cave of the Winds, and you're going to get your choice of either of those you want to do. And the Cave of the Winds, you'll actually hike down to the falls themselves and just be completely soaked in water as you get to see and enjoy the Niagara Falls. We'll get back on the bus and head towards Kirtland, and we'll go to the Kirtland Temple, where we will get to stand literally in the steps of the Savior, where he stood in the spot. There's not a lot of places on earth where you could say for sure, even the Grove, we don't know exactly, but we know there the Savior was there, and we'll get to sing the Spirit of God like fires burning there in Kirtland, and enjoy old Kirtland, and tell some neat stories about people whose lives changed my life and Kori's life, and then your tour guides will get to teach you as well. Well, after Kirtland, we'll get back on the bus, and we're going to head towards Cleveland, which is not actually very far. It's kind of, that one is an earlier night, because Cleveland is the home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and we are going to we are going to rock that night. No, but we're going to let you go back to your hotels, get ready, put on a ton of cologne and perfume, and get all done up for 2 reasons. One is it's going to be our first dance, and we are going to have a banquet. We're going to have dinner tables set out with unbelievable food. After that, there's a dance floor, a DJ, and we are just going to party until 8:00 at night when it's bedtime. Just kidding. Don't tell your parents, but we're kind of going to stay out kind of late that night and party. And we've got the room until a little later. I won't say exactly what time, but you're going to be happy with how late it is. But you're going to also want to curl your hair, because the next morning, and Kori's going to tell you about the next morning. So we're going to stay in an awesome Hilton hotel where we're going to have this banquet and awesome that night. And then Kori will tell you what's happening.
Curl your hair. You don't want to need to take a shower because of Niagara Falls. You'll be good there. But yeah, you'll want to get ready for that next day, because we'll wake up and we're going to find like the coolest place in Cleveland. And there's some awesome sites there, right? But we're going to find a perfect place for senior pictures. from Cleveland, and this is going to be awesome. I feel like this is one of the great values of our tour is that we're adding in the senior pick aspect in a cool place, and so you'll want to get ready and dressed up nice and get your senior picture. And we'll have an incredible photographer there who's a member of our team who's going to come with us the whole way. She'll get some other good pics, but that's going to be the one, right, that your mom's going to send to all of her friends and all of your family. So make sure you're all ready for that. And then after that, as soon as we're done with senior pics, we are heading over to the most incredible amusement park there is. In fact, it's the roller coaster capital of the world, and it's called Cedar Point.
Hey, remember how Katie made a quick appearance? I'm going to pull to you.
Yeah, here we go. There we go. You got all 4 of the directors one video. This first time
That's
ever.
Incredible.
This is amazing. So that's going to be a ton of fun. We're going to go, we're going to hit every aspect, and this is going to be adrenaline rush day, right? We're going to have fun. We're going to go and ride some roller coasters. If you're not into roller coaster, you can just like sit and eat amusement park food all day, like whatever you want to do. There's
a little ride that just takes you slowly over the whole park. So
just there you go.
Back and forth.
Ride that around with some nachos or something. You'll be good to go. And then at the end of that day, you're going to be worn out. So we're gonna get on the bus and we're gonna watch a fun movie together on our drive to just an amazing place. It's called Shipshewana. I think I'm saying that right. But it's in Indiana, and it's an Amish community in an Amish hotel. So real that they don't even have outlets. So no funds. No, I'm just kidding. The beds are made out of hay. No. But you're gonna get this kind of an Amish feel experience. But don't worry, you'll be comfortable and it'll be really nice, and you're gonna love it. Oh, and we're gonna get some Amish ice cream if we can make it on time that night. So hurry on the bus so we can get ourselves some Amish ice cream that night and stay the night there in Shipshewana at the Blue Gate Garden Hotel.
Yep. In fact, we're going to keep our Amish experience going in the morning, where we'll have an Amish breakfast, a warm, hot Amish breakfast, and have an Amish carriage ride. There's one of the biggest flea markets in the world is actually, you didn't know this, and maybe you don't care about a flea market, but if any of you like to shop trinkets, not trinkets, but you'll be able to go and do that in the morning.
Souvenir Central. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll head out on the bus. We're going to get some Chick-fil-A that day.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to go all the way. It's going to be a little bit of a drive day this where by now, luckily, we're all going to be very best friends. But these buses are brand new buses, Wi-Fi, chargers, bathrooms, reclining seats, DVD players. And so we're going to get on the bus. And we're going to ride down to Springfield, Illinois, Springfield, Missouri. Illinois. Sorry.
Yep. You got it right.
but to the home of Abraham Lincoln, and there's a Lincoln Library and Museum there.
And Dave's gonna dress up. He's get the top hat, everything.
Grow my beard until then, just under, and we're gonna go to the museum. It's one of my wife's favorite places was this museum, and we'll head there and be able to go, and we'll close it out when it closes. We'll head out and we'll get to Quincy in time for dinner. Where dinner's going to be on your own. That'll be a night you get to kind of go with the groups you've kind of started making and with your friends and your mom, the tour guides, or if you want to eat dinner with Kori and I because nobody else will, you can come with us and we can go and have dinner together that night. And then we'll come back to the hotel, the Stony Creek Inn, which is so beautiful, such a homey, like a cabiny feel almost. It's just so awesome. But we'll have our variety show that night. So be working on your talents, your varieties. And we're going to have a really fun variety show that night. And then get ready for our next awesome day.
And Dave said he's going to donate $1 million record label to the winner of the variety show. He told me
we'll actually turn our chairs around. If we like you, then we'll turn it around.
Yes. But careful, Dave. He's like the Simon Cowell of the group. So,
yeah.
Don't.
I doubt I'll ever turn around.
Anyway, so that next day, we're going to wake up at 3 a.m. No, just kidding. We are going to take our time that morning, but we are going to leave and go and do baptisms for the dead that morning. Not too early. Don't worry. We'll probably wait until about 8 a.m., leave that hotel and get to Nauvoo, go do some baptisms for the dead in the Nauvoo temple, guys. I've had the opportunity to do that. In fact, spend hours there with a youth group before, and it's just an incredible place with an incredible spirit. You will love doing baptisms for the dead. If that's something you would like to do, you'll just enjoy that.
Yeah,
Then
I would just say, like we did too, Kori, that that'll be talked about. And some of you won't want to or won't be able to or whatever, but that we're going to be in Nauvoo. So keep going. Sorry, but
yeah,
yeah, it's going to be a totally optional temple day. But for
yeah.
those who can make it, it'd be awesome.
100%. And then if you're not right, if that's, we'll have the whole day to experience Nauvoo, historic Nauvoo, and we'll even take you up and show you the Budweiser sign in Nauvoo, a historic monument. It's Dave's favorite spot. No, just kidding. But no, we'll tell you actually a pretty cool story about that, and another cool story about Annie's there, the custard shop. I'll tell you a story of an awkward moment there. Anyways, we'll have a lot of fun there in Nauvoo, but also just we'll walk the Trail of Hope. We'll experience, you can go see Brigham Young's home, and we'll go to the Smith Family Cemetery, all these incredible places where so many amazing things happen, including obviously the Nauvoo Temple. And then we'll end that day, our adventures in Nauvoo, with the Nauvoo pageant or the British pageant, whichever one's going that night. But this is just an incredible production. And in fact, you might see some of your friends in it, right? I feel like every time I watch it, I see people I know, right, that are on stage, and it's just fun and a great performance there. And then we'll actually head back that night to the Stony Creek again, that good cabin feel place there in Quincy, Illinois, for that night.
Yep. Next morning we'll head up and kind of conclude the quote church history trip a little bit, and we'll go to Carthage, the sacred, beautiful, sad spot of Carthage, and tell the story, and let the missionaries teach us, and we'll share a few thoughts and feelings of Carthage. After Carthage, we'll head down and have a pretty good little ride on the bus, a couple hours on the bus, down to Adamondiaman, which is the future of the church. And so we've done all this church history, and then we're going to start looking towards the future of the church, and maybe get our minds shifted a little bit to how prepared are we to be ready when the Savior comes. And in fact, after Adamondiaman, we're going to go to and if the name doesn't tell you this barbecue place is good, nothing else will. But we're going to go to Hank and Tank's
Hank and Tank's.
And they are, and so we're not always going to eat barbecue. I know we've talked a lot about barbecue, but these barbecue places were just incredible. Yep. But we will, and this one doesn't fit necessarily in the same field, but because of what was going on and when Joseph Smith was setting these sites for the future, it was also a Liberty Jail moment, and maybe talk about how we learned some things through there, and what we learn in our trials, and how the Savior's always with us. But then end with the temple site and the future again of the church. We'll go back to another banquet type feel at a Radisson there, where we'll have a huge room reserved for us, huge, awesome dinner, plated dinner brought to you. And a dance that night, and then it'll be our final. We'll share some fireside thoughts and feelings, and then we'll dance till almost it's time to go. And then, as Kori mentioned, we're going to bring one of the best photographers in the world. And not only are they going to take your senior pictures, but she's going to have documented the whole week. And we'll get to sit there and have a good cry as we watch our week in review go before our eyes, and all the things we felt and learned and experienced and loved. And then we'll go to bed there at the Radisson for our final night. So.
And then we'll wake up the next morning, and we'll have our last devotional with our group, right? And we'll hug and we'll sing as sisters in Zion together, and to bring the world His truth, and God be with you till we meet again, right? Like all these songs all together, and then we'll hug each other for the last time, and we will fly home and just take all these memories and this adventure with us. If you can't tell, Dave and I are a little excited. In fact, we just spent 20 minutes telling you the itinerary of this trip, because we are are so pumped about every single place, every single step. I wish like there was some way that we could just speed up, because I cannot wait till next July and to have this opportunity to meet all of you incredible people, to learn together and to take these steps together, to walk in the footsteps of some of our heroes, and to just have a blast. And so I hope we're excited, and I hope you'll go after watching 20 minutes. Go book it. Like, you've taken long enough, because this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and many of you are going to have watched this after your booking, and hopefully, like Kori and I, just get you so excited for that moment and for that week. And a lot of the prep we feel like you could do for this trip really is the idea of, one, I hope we connect with each other. I hope you'll get on our social media sites and DM us and message us. And if you have questions or concerns, one of the things we're going to have is a registered nurse, an ER nurse with over 20 years experience. It will be one of our tour guides. And he is one of my best friends, but he's also one of the most knowledgeable medical people I know. His daughter has diabetes, and he is a genius, and will be with us every step of the way to help you with those kind of things as well. In fact, just real quick, and they're going to introduce themselves in other ways too, but we've got a published author, hunter, famous, viral YouTuber in the Macintoshes. We have the Rogers, who I just mentioned, who are going to be, he's our nurse. She owns a dance studio. In fact, they're going to choreograph a dance, and Isaac's going to do it all. No, I'm just kidding. But we're going to have kind of a fun dance that we'll do. And then we have the Tillies, who's another one of my best friends and a religious educator. And he's so fun and so awesome. And he and his wife, and she's one of the most musical people I know. And he's one of the best teachers I know. And then we have the Grants, who are just recently married. So we have the Macintoshes. No offense, they're a little older, like 28. No,
but he was on Jimmy Fallon, so we give him a pass there.
Yeah, he's been on Jimmy Fallon. And but no, they're going to be our older. And then the Grants, who have just been married, are going to be one of our other tour guides. And so we're just so excited for that, and want you guys to feel at peace. Like, again, if you have questions, if you have concerns about this, I hope you'll reach out to us, but that we connect that way. But also that if you maybe start reading the Saints Volume 1 if you haven't yet either. I think that would be a great prep for this tour as well. So
and you forgot to mention the David Palmer. He's going to be with us the whole way too, and it's just going to be so
change
fun.
Your life.
The best. So that's going to be
Kori Andrews right here.
So excited. And I hope another reason we spent this much time is so you can see all of these incredible things we're going to be doing, the places we're going to be staying in, and the value, right, that we have, that we've put together here. Now, we have heard of a couple of people being like, I know that we understand that this is a lot of money. This trip's going to cost a lot of money for us to put it on, but we do not want that to be the reason that you do not book. So if you do have concerns about that, reach out. We have some ideas. We're also going to be providing some scholarships, and there'll be some more information on our website. So make sure you're exploring around there if money is an issue for that. But so excited. This is going to be so fun. And thank you guys for watching this. If you made it this far, if you haven't already gone and booked, make sure that you go do that.
Yep. Thank you guys.
All right. Thanks. See ya.